Hey guys, my name's Diamond. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be bringing you 6 ways on understanding gamers. Alright, let's begin. Number 1. Think about it as being a book or a movie. Just like you are submerged in understanding that book or understanding what's happening in the movie, or you're caught up in the action, or just imagining everything in that book. That's all that's happening in a game. You are, well, the player is submerged in the game or plot line of the story. Like, for example, like when you're watching a romance movie, action, or even horror movie, in the romance movie, you're gonna want to be like, okay, I don't want the girl to go with him, or, I want her to go with that guy, or I don't want that guy to fall in love with her because she's just gonna cheat on. That's the difference between a game and a movie. Like in some games, which I will make a video on soon, different types of games. In some games you get to choose. All right, then if you're watching an action movie, you're gonna want to be like, oh my goodness, why doesn't he shoot him first, not that guy, you know throw the grenade now. And sometimes it doesn't happen. In the game, the player is up to it. You can choose, if you're in the middle of the action, you can choose to hurry up and shoot the sniper or throw a grenade at a bunch of little guys. That's the experience of the gamers. Just like you want something to happen in a movie, they can actually make it happen. Okay, scary movies. There are horror games, like horror maps, or just, hide and seek. Believe me, hide and seek doesn't sound bad, just a little game. But some games have like this monster going after you and you're defenseless and running away. That's the difference. All right, there are different types of gamers. Like I said, not just the couch potato guy. There are gamers that are immersed in the story. There are gamers that are, you know, want some of that action, which I will get to in a little bit. And there are games that make people think. And, that was tip number 2. All right. 3, the action. Like I was talking about earlier. You're in an action movie. You're in an action movie. You're watching an action movie and you want something to happen that doesn't, because that's how the way they made it. They didn't make it to do what you want, they made it for you to watch what happens. Well, in the games that usually give you choices, like some games, Fallout, they give you choice on who to go with or what to do. Well, some people like the action in those games. Some people say, I'm not gonna sit around in the story, I just want to, battle, race. you know I want to win. Okay, some people are gonna want better action, which you can do in a game. Let's say it's a war game. You can throw grenades, shoot different weapons, or you can be in a racing games. That's action as well. The thrill of holding on the controller, pushing on the button, or if you have one of those little steering wheel things, you can feel, drive all the way. They like the feeling of that action. They like the feeling of them being in the place of the character. You can't blame it. If you're watching a movie and you like action movies, you're gonna want action. Same thing with them. Like I said before, the difference is that they're controlling the action. They're not just sitting there watching and be like, oh, that's cool. No, they're like, I want to do that. I want to cause that explosion. I want to be the guy who rescues that person. I want to be the hero. They want the action. They want the thrill of racing. They want the thrill of punching and kicking with fighting games. They want all that. They just like it better because they're in the action, they're causing the action, just like the movie, and they can do it over and over again, different ways, different methods, different techniques for them. A movie you're just gonna watch and it's gonna keep happening over and over again. But for a gamer, they have a totally different strategy every time, different people, all that. Going on to number 4, some people like brain games. And yes, they are considered gamers. Not all games, like I said, are gonna be shooting games or racing games. Not all of them are gonna be, like I was talking about earlier, the action. Some gamers are gonna want to, settle down. Let's say you're playing on your mobile phone. You're playing Candy Crush. Well, you can play Candy Crush, and you could become, I don't know. Let's say somebody sees you, and they be like, "Oh, you're a gamer." Even though you're just playing Candy Crush just because you like it, you like little puzzles in it. You know, some people like that. If somebody sees somebody playing on their computer, they'll be like, "Oh, that's a gamer." I mean, would you consider solitaire an actual game, or a guy who plays solitaire a lot on his computer a gamer just because he's playing it on his computer? Leave that in the comments down below. Tell me why you think that and why you don't. Some brain games aren't only about puzzles and stuff. Some brain games are using your imagination. Like some people like solving the mystery or the puzzle of that certain level or the entire game. They want to find all the keys to unlock all the rooms. They like to explore. They don't not necessarily like the action, but they're using their brains to solve all these puzzles. They're like, okay, that key is in here. What could I do? They're using their, thinking process. And like I said, biggest one out there is Minecraft right now, that you can use your imaginations to build anything you want. As long as you have an imagination, there's no end to your build. To those gamers that like action might see, smaller games of puzzles and mysteries. They might get frustrated, instead of, they're like, "Oh, this game is boring. I want action." Different types of gamers. Like I said, there's not just one type of gamer, there's multiple. All you have to do is understand why they do this or why they do that. Number 5 is an easy one. It's not reality. They can do whatever they want, whenever they want. They are not focused on reality. And I know what you're thinking. I know what a lot of people are thinking out there. But we live in reality. We are in the reality. Games aren't real. This is real. Jobs are real. Games aren't only about some people losing themselves in it. It's about getting a little break from reality. It's what, most people like. In reality, you're not going to be jumping off buildings. In reality, you're not going to be finding different weapons and using them to combat. If you want to be that superstar basketball player, race car driver, and there's a game for it, you can be that guy in that game doing all those stunts. You want to be a hitman, you can be a hitman. There's a game for that. You don't actually have to go out and, hurt people. I know that's the big debate, video games, violence. Trust me, there's not just one kind of game, like I was saying, not just one kind of gamer. The whole thing about games is you can do stuff that you can't do in real life. Heck, if you want to drive 80,000, if you want to drive 100 miles an hour down the street in a cool Ferrari, you could do that in almost any racing game that allows you to get a Ferrari. No cops sometimes. You can drive as fast as you want, wherever you want, crash into so many cars. In reality, you go over 75, not on the highway. 75 on normal roads, you get pulled over, get a ticket, have to pay for that. And if you can't pay for it early, you have to go to court. You have to have a license. Most people are not going to go to a racetrack. They're just going to stay home, and if sometimes they're on the road, might push that little pedal just a little bit more, get the little speed boost going on their little car, you know. Now, that's usually how people feel sometimes. But in a game, you can do that. You can go as fast as you want in most games. Or if you want to fight, let's see, I don't know, let's see, you fight karate, or Mortal Kombat's a big example. If you want to fight, be the Predator and fight some guy with electric powers, you could do that. It's a game. It's not real. You're not gonna be the Predator. You really, let's face it. Most gamers aren't gonna do the things they do in games. If they're gonna fight and see a move, most of them are not gonna actually do that. Anyway, my point is that games are a way to escape reality. Like I said, if you wanna, in the mobile devices, you can play these little apps that let you choose whichever way this certain character goes. You escape from reality to do whatever the little character does with no consequences in real life. It's just in the game. That's all up to you. Like I said, it's a little escape from reality. And last but not least, number 6 is competition. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, competition is big in gaming, online gaming. Like I said before, even the whole solitaire thing. Let's say you have solitaire and you compare your scores to many people around the world. Most of the people are going to be competitive. You're like, what? Why most of the people? I don't play. I'm not one of them. The reason I say most of them, because most of them playing the game are doing it to compete, to be the best. Some of them aren't just doing it for fun, or they're even having fun beating everybody else. Like I said, competition is big in humanity. Going back to the different types of games, if you want to race, most of them are going to be racing with online players to be the first one in that race. They're not going to be like, I'm just having fun. I'm going to be in 8th place. No, they're going to do whatever it takes to win. Competition is a huge thing in almost everything we do. I mean, competition is like literally so big. Whenever you watch any kind of sports game, whenever you watch any kind of, let's say, TV show, even fast food restaurants, a lot of them are doing competition. They're competing against each other to be the best. Even some people take it to competition. Some people say, oh, this restaurant's better, and no, this restaurant's better. Competition in humanity, which leads over into gaming. You want to be the best, play a lot and know the whole rules and dynamics of the game to be the best. Just like many people like to be the best out there, like I said, when they're watching their sports games, they're like, my team's the best, I'm on their team. They're competing to be the best. Same thing in gaming. Many gamers are doing it so they can be on top, so they'd be like, that is the best gamer out there. He does not sleep. I mean, he's the champion. Well, in reality, we're looking at people like, oh, it's just a gamer wasting his life. But then, many of the sports people don't judge themselves, and they're like, they're not doing anything. They're just playing a game. They never say that. They're just, they're like, oh yeah, go football, go basketball. They're always practicing, and they're getting better at what they like to do, which is playing a game. Not a video game, but they're playing a game. It's the same thing. I think you see what I was trying to get to. All these 5 things I have told you is just to understand gamers better. First one, take it if you like watching movies or reading a book, it's just like that. They either like to submerge themselves in the story, or they like to be a part of that story. They're not just gonna say, oh no, ugh. They're not just in it for mashing buttons. Second tip, there's different types. They're not just one. Don't think it's just a guy sitting at home, you know, getting weapons and learning how to, fire them. It's not that. Like I said, different types of games, different types of gamers. Some people you like to play because of the action, just like you like watching action movies or even doing stunts. You know, a lot of people like to watch stunts. Gamers like to do stunts in games or be part of that action. Escaping reality. Many gamers use it as a method of entertainment, just like the movies, to escape reality, to leave all that work behind, to just have a little fun, while relaxing, while not doing actual physical things and getting tired and then having to get up early in the morning and going back to work. Many people use it for that. And like I said before, many people use it for competition. Many people want to be the best. It's in our blood. It's in a lot of people's genes to be competitive. We all want to be the best. We all want to be number one. Don't say no. I know you do. You're human. I'm human. You know, either way, many people have different competition settings, whether it's sports games, artistic, heck, even YouTube. Same thing as video gamers. They want to be the best at their games. They want to be the best gamers. You know, these were five things in helping you understand why, gamers do what they do and why they love. I don't know if I consider myself a gamer, to be honest with you. I do like to play Gears of War a lot, and I like to play Fallout, Minecraft, and, Mario Karts. But other than that those are only the games I play. But I play them a lot. You know, the only reason I even have a Xbox is because of Gears of War. If I would have never played, I would probably not have one. So let me know in the comments whether you consider me a gamer or not for owning 5 games and loving those games. 5 games. I don't really know how many games I have, but those are the only games I love. Many people call me a gamer, but like I said, I only have a few that only play maybe on the weekends. So yeah. Anyway, hope these 5 things helped you guys understand a little bit more about why gamers play. This was my first video, so I don't know if it's gonna be terrible or great. Just I'm starting off. Leave a like, comment down below, and I will be doing future videos about many things, not just games. Understanding sports, understanding art, understanding, I don't know, science, even understanding cultures and stuff like that. So I've been Diamond. Thanks for joining me. I will see you next time.